Let me ask you a question. What do you do with all the signs once you finally see them? It's one thing to notice the patterns. It's another thing to live differently because of what God showed you. If you've ever felt stuck between, I know better now, and why am I still doing this? This part is for you. Awakening is not just more information. It's an invitation. God doesn't highlight things to embarrass you or overwhelm you. He highlights them so you can walk with him through change. Most of the time, that change doesn't start with some dramatic announcement. It starts with small private decisions no one else sees. Things like, I'm not answering that text tonight. I'm not going back to that environment when I feel lonely. I'm going to take 5 minutes and actually talk to God before I react. Heaven calls those small decisions yeses. Here's a picture to hold on to. Imagine God walking beside you with that highlighter. Every time something comes up, he gently asks, do you want to handle this the old way or with me? The old way might feel familiar, but heavy. His way might feel new and uncomfortable, but it carries peace, even if it's hard. Sometimes his way looks like setting a boundary you've never set, telling the truth instead of shrinking, choosing rest instead of endless numbing, staying when you would normally run, leaving when you would normally stay out of fear. You won't always get it perfect, but awakening isn't about perfection, it's about partnership. A lot of you are afraid that if you really say yes to what God's highlighting, you'll lose everything familiar. But hear this. God is not trying to strip you of a life. He's trying to clear a path for the life your heart has been craving. Real peace instead of pretending. Real stability instead of constant chaos. Real purpose instead of chasing everyone else's approval. Real love instead of begging to be chosen. That's why some doors have felt harder to reopen. That's why certain old comforts taste bitter now. He's not punishing you. He's protecting what he's growing in you. So what do you do from here? Let's keep it simple. Here are 3 moves you can start making right away. 1. Pause before you react. When something hits your emotions, take 1 slow breath and ask, Holy Spirit, how do you want me to move here? That tiny pause creates space for a new response. 2. Follow the peace, not just the pressure. If something looks perfect on paper but your peace keeps dropping, pay attention. If something stretches you but your spirit feels settled, that might be God leading you forward. 3. Take 1 obedient step, not 10 half-hearted ones. You don't have to map out the whole journey tonight. Just ask, what's the next right step with what you've shown me? Then actually do that one thing. Heaven can do a lot with 1 honest step. Right here, if you're able, slow down for a second. Take a deep breath in and out. Put a hand on your heart and say this with me. God, I don't want to ignore what you're highlighting. Open my eyes, steady my steps, and lead me into better. Now say, I'm not lost. I'm waking up, and I'm walking this out with you. If that landed in your spirit, let it be your agreement. Drop a comment. I'm walking with God. So when you see it later, you remember the shift you made today. And if this series is giving you language for what you've been walking through, if it's helping you see God's hand in places you thought he'd abandoned, staying connected here matters. Subscribing, liking, sharing with someone who needs it. Even using super thanks if you ever feel led to pour back into this space. Those are just different ways of saying, keep this kind of message alive. Let it reach more people like me. Every action, big or small, is seen. And I'm grateful. This is how we step into season 2. Not by pretending everything suddenly makes sense, but by choosing to walk with God. Eyes open to what God is circling. Heart open to his corrections and his comfort. Feet willing to move when he says, this way. You're not too late. You're not behind. You're being built, and now you're learning how to walk in the light of what heaven's been highlighting in your life all along.